Hello and welcome back. In this video, we'll continue exploring the kingdom Animalia and looking at the next phylum on our list, which is going to be Phylum Echinodermata, its name meaning spiny skin. Let's have a look. Members of this phylum are seemingly simple yet complicated and usually represented by the very famous starfish. But let's not forget that it also includes other marine organisms such as sea urchins and sea cucumbers. If you're ready, let's have a look at its unique characteristics. Beginning, first of all, we talk about whether or not they are moving. So most of them are sessile or slow-moving organisms. So they either stay in one place or they move really slowly. And their habitats are usually marine environments. Their basic body plans are triploblastic, coelomate. They have bilateral symmetry in their larval stage, but they have radial symmetry in their adult stage. The internal and the external parts of the organisms will radiate from the center. And they often exist as 5 spokes. So, dia memang dalam multiples of 5. Sama ada dia 5 ataupun 10, begitu dia punya bintang. So, this is most commonly seen in starfish and brittle stars. Echinoderms get their name from the spiny skin that covers their exoskeleton. Their endoskeleton. So the skeleton of echinoderms are from calcium carbonate plates that are found inside of the organism, and they usually reproduce through sexual reproduction. It involves separate male and female that will release their gametes into the seawater, meaning that echinoderms usually reproduce by external fertilization. As I've mentioned before, echinoderms are triploblastic coelomate, and as you can see in this diagram, they can have bilateral symmetry in their larval stage but have radial symmetry in their adult stage. Echinoderms also move by their water vascular system. This water vascular system in echinoderms is consisting of a network of hydraulic canals that branch into tube feet. The hydraulic canals consist of a ring canal in the middle here and a radial canal. The function of the water vascular system is for the locomotion of the organism, for feeding, and also for gaseous exchange. This is what the water vascular system looks like when you dissect the echinoderm. Water will enter into this water vascular system through this madreporite or mother pore. So, dia akan ada satu liang yang digelar sebagai madreporite di mana air daripada marine environment tu akan masuk. From the madreporite, water will move into the ring canal. So, air masuk dari madreporite, masuk ke dalam ring canal yang bulat ini, lingkaran ini. And then, from the ring canal, it will go into the radial canal and the lateral canal. So, radial canal adalah setiap yang batang yang panjang ini yang keluar daripada ring canal. Lateral canal adalah daripada batang lorong yang lurus itu, dia akan buka lagi kepada tube kecil, tube kecil, tube kecil. From the lateral canal, it will finally enter into the tube feet. So water goes in from here. Water go in from the madreporite into ring canal, from the ring canal, out through the radial canal, to the lateral canal, and at the end here is the tube feet. After that, water will cycle back and exit through the madreporite again. So dia akan keluar masuk melalui lubang yang sama. Okay, once again, here is the diagram showing the water vascular system. Take note of the positions of the madreporite ring canal and radial canal in this diagram, and also see here, we have broken down the structure of the tube feet into 3 smaller parts. Satu biji ini, satu yang macam bulat lepas tu menegak turun ini digelar sebagai tube feet. Tube feet ada bahagian ampulla, podium dengan sucker. Let's learn a little bit more about those tube feet. As I've mentioned earlier, each tube foot has an ampulla, which is a muscular rounded sac, a podium, and a sucker. The function of the tube feet is for locomotion, feeding, and for gaseous exchange. How do the tube feet operate? Each foot will be separated from other parts by a valve. When the valve shuts, ampulla will contract and forcing the fluid into the podium and then extending the tube feet. Ini dia macam explain saja macam mana air akan masuk ke dalam setiap tube feet dan air masuk ataupun keluar itu dikawal oleh injap ini. So there's this valve over here that connects the tube feet to the lateral canal, and when it is closed, this ampulla, this round bit up here, will contract, forcing water to go down into the podium, and then that makes the tube feet extend itself. So, di akan memanjang lah. Okay, so yeah. There are no distinct organs for echinoderms for their excretory system. So, there is no obvious organ that we can say is the analogous part for kidneys. They do have a simple nervous system. So the nervous system, sistem saraf yang dia ada, is nerve rings with radiating nerves from the mouth. So saraf dia akan terkumpul di sekeliling mulut dan dia akan extend macam ni. So you can see in this black and white diagram here, we have the nerve ring around the mouth and the radial nerve cord which extends to each of the legs. On the right hand here with the blue colored diagram is a simplified version. So in other words, echinoderms have simple nervous system but no real brain, which is why in some popular media, such as, I know, from a cartoon that starfish are usually shown to be more silly or dumb characters, kind of hinting to the fact that they have no real brains. And just as a treat, we're having a look at this picture of the most common example of this phylum, which is starfish, or its scientific name, Asterias species. Echinoderms are simple yet complicated, and they do play a large role in the environment. So one of their roles, or one of the things that we find is really significant about echinoderms, is that they pose a threat to the coral reefs. So dia jadi sebagai salah satu ancaman kepada coral reef kita. So this is an example. This is the crown of thorn starfish that tends to threaten coral reefs. It's a kind of starfish that is covered with poisonous spines, which will act as predators by feeding on the soft coral. And as you can see in this picture here, we have the crown of thorns starfish eating this coral reef. So that is one of the negative uses or negative effects of echinoderms on the environment. They also have some positive roles or some positive uses, and the main one is through medical use. So kamu boleh bayangkan gamat, haiwan gamat itu. Gamat is a type of sea cucumber that is often significant in medicine. So sea cucumber gamat has excellent healing properties in tissue repair. Wounds that are exposed to extract from gamat heal more quickly and it reduces scars. They can be produced in the form of oil, cream, and some can be taken orally. So kamu confirm sudah pernah nampak minyak gamat yang biasa kita guna di rumah, itu adalah dihasilkan daripada Echinodermata sea cucumber, and it can also be in the form of cream, and of course you can eat sea cucumbers whether as cuisine or for medicinal purposes. So those are the two main roles of echinoderms to us and to the environment. Here I just want to show you a few more pictures that illustrate the unique characteristics of echinoderms. Over here we have the tube feet of a starfish being shown over here. You can also see in this picture the tube feet is being used for feeding and locomotion. Here it's eating on another organism. And more pictures and also diagrams of tube feet here. Alright, that is the end of our lesson on echinoderms. I hope this video has been somewhat helpful for you. I also hope that if you have the time, you would go and look at this video here. This video is titled Echinoderms, the Ultimate Animal. This one is not shown on YouTube, but rather on Vimeo. So if you have the time, do go and check it out. I hope that it will be informative for you. So that's it for Echinoderms. I will see you again in the last phylum of Kingdom Animalia. Until then, thank you for your time and your attention, and goodbye.